Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Corky.
and welcome to Dreams and Other Disasters.
Very good. You do that so much better than me.
Okay, well, I just did it. I don't know why.
Let's go ahead and practice it. Welcome to
Dreams and Disasters.
There you go.
There you
We
are.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Wonderful.
You two
This
kids,
is our
yes,
third
it is.
episode
Yes, it
in
is.
Dreams and Disasters. And we hope you've watched the other two. So we've got.
I was going to say 300th episode, but make us sound like we've been around for a little while. You know.
We have been around for a little while, but we're new to YouTube. Well, we've both been on YouTube and done some really
I actually
good
had
stuff.
my own TV show a couple years
You
ago.
did have
yeah.
your own TV show a couple of years
That was
ago.
on YouTube.
And I did have a viral video, so hey,
You
we
did.
both little experience.
But they took antibiotics, and it's much better now. So there you are. Anyway, you guys heard a little bit about my backstory of how I got into magic. Now it's time to find out about Corky's backstory. So, Corky, take it away.
It is a story. I always tell everybody, fate is an amazing thing. It kind of steps in, takes over your life when you least expect it. And that's pretty much how I got started in the business. When I was a kid, loved animals, always wanted to work with animals, but back then women were either housewives or teachers. There really wasn't a lot of options. But I wanted to we're going to keep this kid friendly.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He meant fishermen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, hope I can edit that out. Now that's all in my head. But
You want to start over?
no, I don't. Okay. So I thought I'd be veterinarian, and my mom and dad started saying, "Oh man, a doctor in the family." So my whole grown-up years, I thought I was going to be veterinarian until I actually went to vet school. And then I realized that some of the things that vets have to do are really, nasty and hard. And my respect goes out to all veterinarians, but it wasn't something that I could do. I left school. I come home. I was the youngest of 5 children. My dad says, either go back to school or go out and get a job. I was devastated. Couldn't believe he said that to me. Here I was, just barely 18, and he's telling me to leave my home. And I thought, that's just so mean. Well, now I have to say it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So for you parents out there with 30-year-olds living in your basement, you might want to think about that. But anyway, so I called one of my best friends up, and I was crying. I don't know what I'm going to do. And she said, you should go to this apprentice program. And apprentice program back then was really, and it probably still is, it's just another word for cheap labor, okay? And so this apprentice program was working with horses. And the cool thing about it was you could live there. You lived there, they fed you, they housed you, and you work there. And to me, that was going to be like home away from home. And of course, I immediately got this thought of riding off into the sunset on a white horse like all young girls do, or at least all the young girls I know do. And I thought, wow, that's going to be great. So I left for an interview on December 23rd, a couple of days before Christmas. And no, actually it was December 22nd. And I get there, and I was supposed to have an interview at 11 o'clock, and the lady told me that, they were busy with some of the horses down in the barn. They'd had a medical issue, and they didn't know when they'd be able to see me. Would I like to go and come back? Well, I could not go home and tell my parents that I didn't even get the interview. I felt like I was really stuck and that I had to do this. So I said to her, no, I'll stay, I'll wait, And so lunchtime came and lunchtime went. I didn't bring any lunch, and the poor secretary was trying to eat her sandwich without me seeing it, And so I decided to go outside for a little while, and I came back and nothing had changed. And 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, finally a little bit before 4, she says, hey, they need some paperwork in the barn. Why don't you take this paperwork down there? So I take this paperwork down to the barn, and I meet this veterinarian there who's been working on the horse, Dr. John Webster. Woo, okay. And then, okay, is that good? Yes, that's good. Stay. We got a little wind here, and we don't have a cameraman, obviously. And this manager of the farm, and his name was Andre Skarbecki. And he was this big German dude with blonde hair, and he weighed like 230 pounds. He's a huge guy. And at that time, I weighed 90 pounds soaking wet. I know it's hard to realize that now. Don't say anything.
I didn't say
but
nothing.
I did. You were thinking it, though. And so he says, "Hello, beautiful girl. I hear you're here to see about working with the horses." And I was like, yes. And also I was a little flushed because nobody had ever called me a beautiful girl before, so that really kind of took me by surprise. And he says, "You know, we work very hard here. We get up very early in the morning and we shovel the shit, and we work very hard, and then we work very hard some more, and then we shovel some more shit, and then we work a little bit hard." And the whole time I'm going, that's okay, I want to work. But in my head, I was seeing myself riding off.
They just edited your that word.
Riding off. And anyway.
That's the Titanic just down the street.
Yeah, we live in Pigeon Forge, and that is the Titanic. It must be noon. That goes off every day at noon. So anyway, I said, meanwhile, he's telling me it's hard work, but what I'm thinking is how the horses are going to walk up to me and bow down before me, and I'm going to get on one and ride off into the sunset, because no matter what he says, I'm not really hearing that. I'm just seeing the vision of me riding off into the sunset. But I'm going, yeah, okay, yeah. And so he says, "I don't think you're going to be big enough to do this job. This job is very hard with very big horses." And I said, "Why don't you let me work for you for free for a week? And if I don't prove to you that I'm the best person for the job, then I'll just go away." And he says, "I like that attitude. That's a good attitude." And he said, "When can you start?" And I said, "I can start tomorrow, but can I have Christmas Day off? Because I never spent a Christmas without my family yet at that point. And I really didn't want to miss that." So he says, "Okay, great." Come back the next morning. I have to work, and it's, shovel shit. I did a lot of that, and he said to me, you're going to come every day and work very hard, and don't forget, you're never going to ride off into the sunset on the white horse. Fast forward, year later, I'm working there, and I had to go up to this barn on top of the hill. It's the middle of July. It's so hot. And I said, I don't know why I'm the one that has to go up to the barn. And I go up to this barn. I'm sweating. I'm pissed off. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. And I get there, and I open up this door, and the pigeons are in the barn. And the light beam comes into the barn, and it hits this painted lion head on the side of this truck. And I mean, literally, people, I heard all at the same time, because that was the moment when my life changed forever. Now I walk in there, and on the truck it says, "Andre, wild animal trainer." And I'm thinking, what? I'm doing this guy a year. I didn't know he was a wild animal trainer. Why didn't anybody tell me he was a wild animal trainer? How cool is that? That's so cool, And from then, I hatched the Disney plan. And that's what I've always called it, because when I was a kid growing up watching Disney, the kids always persevered and always had that happy ending. So I figured, I'm going to persevere, and I'm going to have this happy ending. And so I was like Johnny on the spot for him. In the morning when he came into the office, I had a cup of coffee for him, all the stalls were clean, everything. I just became, his girl Friday. I just thought, and I didn't ask him about the wild animals because I was afraid to, but I went around and asked all the girls. I was like, "What's Andre? Oh yeah, one day he's going to join circus, and he's going to train lions and all that." Fast forward again about another year, and he comes to me one day, and he puts his arm around me. He says, "My beautiful girl," he says, "one day soon I'm going to go to Florida, and I'm going to make the lion act for the circus. And I just have to find somebody who would like to go and help me." And I'm going, pick me. I couldn't even get the words out. And he said, okay, you want to go? And I said, yes. But the next time I got a chance, I go home, I'm telling my mom and dad about it, and my mom's like, go, enjoy the adventure, have a really great time, that's what life's all about. My dad says, you're not going anywhere with that damn German. Well, this was my revenge to my dad, because he told me I had to go out and get a job, and I was going out to get an adventure. And that's how I started.
Wow. That's wild.
So,
And you didn't get eaten, which is good.
I didn't get eaten. 40 years later, got all my fingers, all my toes, and everything. And I have to say, if I died tomorrow, it's been a happy ending. It really is.
You'd have to know Corky and her animals and stuff like that. I was lucky enough to work with tigers and lion, and that for the show over here at the Opry. And she's amazing with them. They all love her. They all are right up to the cage. I've just never seen animals, even dogs and cats, rarely react like that to people. So, but they love her, and that.
Yeah, it's because I smell funny.
Oh, well, that's it. You might smell like me. Maybe that's it.
I don't know. But remember, we're both liars.
Yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, I guess that's the end of this adventure.
That's the end of this adventure. You're getting to know us a little bit. Hey, don't forget, tell all your friends about Dreams and Disasters. We want to send out love and light to everybody that's watching, that's befriended us, and that's clicked on our videos. And
bottom line, follow your dreams. You know, whatever your dream is, whether it's to work with animals, or do magic, or write a book, or be a unicyclist, or whatever you want to do, and that follow your dreams, and that, because
I always tell everybody you can get a job and you can make a living, but you can follow your passion and live your life. I mean, it's a whole big different thing, and I think we've both been lucky enough to do that, follow our passions.
And we've known a lot of people that are lucky enough to, you know, lots of
because when you're in this industry, you meet a lot of really neat people that are all following their dream, and we're all kind of the dreamers together. So if you want to hear more stories and you want to encourage us, anything in the comments to say yay or nay or great, and don't forget to push that little subscribe button. Doesn't cost a dime, just push it and help us get subscribers. And please share our videos.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
All right.
Bye, everybody.